Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Barbecue with Dave. Today we are cooking fall off the bone ribs. Oh baby, look at that. They have come out so good. So pleased with these. Cooked on the Weber Summit Kamado. Stick around. Let's see how we did it. Okay, well let's start off by making the rub. Got some pretty standard household ingredients here. A couple of tablespoons of salt. Everyone uses kosher salt, but you can use anything really if it's quite coarse. Then we're going in with some Costco Kirkland brand black pepper. I went quite easy on the pepper this time because my kids were going to eat this rub and they don't like spicy too much. Then a bit of garlic. Follow it up with some onion granules. And then the secret ingredient, some celery salt. This adds a lovely bit of depth of flavour and some savoury notes at the back. I add a bit of cumin to my rubs. I really like it. Give it a try. And then of course smoked paprika for those smoky notes, and of course the amazing colour you get with ribs. 2 good tablespoons of that. That's it for the rub really. We're going to add a bit of brown sugar in a minute, but give it all a good mix up. And then in with that brown sugar. We're going to go in with 4 big heaped teaspoons. Teaspoons? It's not a teaspoon, is it? Tablespoons. We want these ribs nice and sweet. Break up any big chunks. Now let's get that on those ribs. There we are. Costco ribs, cheap and cheerful. They do the job though. So we'll flip them over and you'll have seen people get rid of this membrane at the back. I've watched countless videos and the barbecue pros make this look easy. I'm going to make this look exceedingly difficult. Anyone's got any better techniques for this, please let me know in the comments section. I am all ears. I'm not going to do any trimming, just going to leave everything on there. I like the crispy bits. And then we're going to load it up with this rub, front and back. Get a good amount on there. You want all the meat covered. Give it a little pat. And let's do the back. The rub should get right in there now we've taken that membrane off. So hopefully it was worth all the trouble. Plenty enough rub left over here for me to do the other racks. You can already see some of that paprika colour coming through. Looks great. Now let's get the charcoal going. We're using Weber briquettes today. Just going to dump a load. In there we've got the Weber Summit Kamado grill today. Using the charcoal in the bottom grate and just moving everything into a kind of pile and a little gap in the middle to pour some lit coals into. There we go. Birds singing in the background. What a glorious summer's day. Into the chimney. The one trying to escape there, he's not going to get away. Get in there. I just got something to rest the chimney on off the slabs there. A couple of fire lighters. And you want to rest this, let it carry on until you've got a nice ash coating of the briquettes. She's lit. This takes about 15-20 minutes. Don't rush it. If you chuck these on early, you potentially get some sort of chemically smoke coming off them. I mean, I even rushed it a little bit here because we wanted to get these ribs on. But that's about it, 15 minutes or so. So we're going to just chuck them into the middle of the pile of charcoal that we got. Usually get a face full of ash as well for good measure. We got a couple of chunks of cherry wood today. Just going to chuck them on. And just make sure they're kind of in the right place to get some good smoke flavor coming through to the grill. An ash rake is a charcoal rake, sorry, is a good tool to have. You can use anything. A stick will do. Now we go on with the Kamado's deflector plate. If you're just using a normal Weber kettle, you can just set this up for 2-zone grilling. So charcoal on one side and indirect heating on the other. But I'm loving this Weber Summit so far. Let's close it up. We've got the top smoke vent set fully open to get the temperature up. But we've got the bottom grate set to the smoke setting, which is the second little hole that you can just see there. We're going to leave that for the whole cook and just adjust the temperature with the top. So we can see the temperature coming up. We're aiming for 250. So when we hit about 200, I adjust the top vent to just slow things down, and we level out at about 250. This grill was so easy to control the temperature. And here's the ribs, soaking up all of that rub, looking good. And we're going to get them on the grill. Place them down there nice and gently like a newborn baby into the crib. Bless them. And we're ready to go. They're just going to roll in that smoke for a good hour, hour and a half. We'll come back and check them. Well, the ribs are on, sitting pretty at 250. Nothing to do now but crack open a cold one. Thatchers, if you're watching, this is my last one. Please send emergency resupply. We'll check on them in an hour or so. Until then, kick back and relax. Here we go. Sitting steady, 250. We're going to check these ribs. It's been about an hour and a half. That's where we had to adjust the top vent to keep the temperatures in check. Oh yeah, looking good. Taking on some colour. Going to give them a little spritz with some apple juice. Keep them nice and moist. They're looking good. I'm happy with them. So it's 250. It's time to pull these off. You can see the bones starting to retract there. It's looking nice. And we're going to get ready to wrap them. Now I've just got a couple of pieces of foil overlapped. We've got butter, honey, and favorite barbecue sauce, in this case, Baby Ray's. Stuff's so good. So just gently place them in there, or not so gently if you're filming one-handed. Flip him over. You want the meat face down so it soaks up all of that lovely butter, honey, and barbecue sauce. Adding a bit more apple juice. Then we're just going to wrap these bad boys up, stick them back on the grill, and wait till they get to temperature. On they go. Now they're not going to take in any more smoke flavor now. They're really just in an oven. And we'll come back and see them when they are done. Look at those. We gave them a little bit of a glaze just with some barbecue sauce and put them back in there out of the foil for about 15-20 minutes. That glaze is now set and they are ready to eat. Here we go, guys. Look at these. Oh yes. So happy with how these turned out, and so easy on the Weber Summit Kamado. That thing holds temperature like I've never seen before. Obviously, coming from a previous smaller Weber kettle, I've had issues with temperature fluctuations, but not with that. It literally just sat at 250. I barely had to touch it. Even had time to go and do other stuff. Fantastic. Now these ribs, look at that. The color is amazing. Got that deep, rich red from the smoked paprika. Lovely mahogany color. Right, let's give them a try. Let's see. Do they fall off the bone? Oh yes. Look at this. Perfect bite. Oh man. Oh, so good. Those are probably the best ribs I've ever barbecued. You get the sweetness from the honey and the Sweet Baby Ray's sauce. Richness from the butter. A little bit of tartness from the apple juice that we spritzed them with. But then you also get the flavor, the savory notes from the celery salt, the pepper, the garlic, all coming through from that simple rub that we made before. Those are really good, really good. So happy with those. So what did we do? We had baby back ribs from Costco, pretty cheap, simple cut. We took the membrane off. We made that simple rub recipe that I showed you before. The actual recipe for that will be down in the description. Smoked them over Weber briquettes and some chunks of cherry wood.
Oh, déjà vu.
And then we held the pit at 250. We did it for about an hour and a half. We wrapped them in the barbecue again for another hour or so till internal temperature hit around 200 degrees Fahrenheit. I think about 90, 94, 93, 94 Celsius. Took them off, let them rest for 20 minutes, and this is the result. And honestly, not sure how I'd make them any better. These are delicious. I'm not sure anyone else is going to get a look in on these, everyone. Oh man, they are good. If you like what you saw today, guys, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It really does help us grow. You're going to have to excuse me now because, you know, some things shouldn't be on camera, but these are just going to get absolutely smashed. Thanks again. Oh yes.